1856, passes away 1939. Um, 1875, yeah, and passes 1961, yeah. So Freud passes away first, which is what I suppose, because Jung critiqued Freud a lot. Freud believes that he is superior than Freud. Jung believes that he's superior than Freud. Okay. Now, just to give you a general understanding, Freud's, maybe it'll tell me here, but here's to his lifeline. Freud's significant findings in psychology. Psychoanalysis, that's definitely Freud. Unconscious processes, unconscious mind, psychology control on observable behavior into inner mental processes. That is Freud. I read this book, good book. It got me to journal my dreams, to jot down my dreams. Yep, this is all Freud. Sorry for the background noise. That the screen will tell most of the story. This is a bit controversial, but this is definitely true. So pretty much with these psychosexual stages of development, any of the people who are um, over 18 years and they still show signs of these desires, that is a sign of immaturity. So yeah, don't associate yourself with people like that. Vegas complex, immaturity. This is where commonly the son wants to fight with the father over the love of the mother. What Freud says, this needs to be gone by 6 years of age. So puberty onward, yes, it just should have just mature relationships between any partner. Defense mechanisms, very true, very important. Projection is probably the most important and is seen the most prevalent, I believe, in human behavior. Projection is where you insult someone else and you're describing yourself while you insult someone else. So if you ever find anyone who calls someone else an idiot, most of the time they're calling themselves an idiot. So it's important to be positive to people because projection is real. Repression, um, repression is interesting. I see most men having repression because they repress their emotions, because they believe that they shouldn't have emotions. That's sort of gravitated away, but it's still very prevalent. This is too much repression causes anger, so it's important to regulate emotion every day. Women are a bit better with repression because they are more social, I believe, than men. They catch up and they always want to be outside and talking to people. Women, you can say, talk more than men. As I'm speaking now, there's voices of women in the background. There's a group of women on my right, just talking, socializing. Perfect example and evidence that I have. Psychological stress, the role of dreams, very important. Has to do with the, where is it? Not this one. Interpretation of dreams, his book, and his psychosocial, wherever that was. Anyway, all dreams, symbolic imagery. Yeah, I did make a video. I'm telling people about how important symbols are in dreams. I'm not sure if I'm going to post that video or not, but regardless, that is very important. For the sake of it, I should post that video. Very good book. As stated before, if you want to have a read, pause it now and have a read of this. This is very important. I'm not sure that Freud was the creator of this, finding of this, but that is definitely very important. Just control libido as much as possible because you can't go out and be a koala in the world. Okay, guys, males, that is harassment. Do not do that. Normalization and repression. Okay, that's good. From Freud. Now, Jung's. I can spell my names. That's a good summary on Freud. That's why I use X. Very good. That's why I use Grok. Sorry. Very good. Stav. Uh, Analytical psychology, diverge from Freud, focus on sexuality and repression. God. Mm-hmm. Let's see, defining strong consistent work. Collective unconscious. I did speak this in my original video. Very important. Mm-hmm. Ancestral perspective. Interesting point. I have not read these books. Mm-hmm. I have not read that book either. Jung's Jung's a lot. I've only read two Jung's books, and it's a lot. I don't want to read anymore because it's a lot. So this is sort of a spin-off of Freud. It's turned it into its own way. That's why Freud is definitely very important, and Jung is just like a, I would say, more of a student and has mastered the teachings of Freud. It's a good way to explain that. Yep. Specifics of the human being rather than the broader sense like Freud does. Oh, paying attention. Yes, very important. As stated in my original video, shadow finding blah blah blah. Relations between the ego and the unconscious. Dun, 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 dun. The role of symbol mythology. Symbols, very important. That comes from actually Freud. Dreams art comes from Freud. Freud is the OG of that. There's no taking away in that. Okay. So I stated the Jung is more specific of the individual and Freud more about the generalization of psychology. Okay. If that's gonna work. If not, I'll find one. Correct. Um, Okay. So it's not going to provide me an image. Okay. So then, like analysis, uh, pyramid. Or you can call this an iceberg as well. Just like the three. I'm not worried what I'm looking for. But you can get the idea of the iceberg of this. This is the id, so unconscious, superego, pre-conscious or subconscious, and then you have the conscience. I'll just use this group. So yeah, imagine this is the pyramid. Okay, I like the iceberg just to be better than the pyramid. If you want to see the pyramid, there will be something like that. Maybe something like this. Okay, get the better than the idea, but I prefer the iceberg just because it's um easier to get the understanding of because as we all know, there are more iceberg in underneath the water. That's what it's trying to display. Something like this. Right, we got a big image here, so this is this. Okay, as you can see, there's more of the iceberg underneath the water. Okay, moving to the pyramid, iceberg. The most important thing, as I said in the original video, which I will post and just let you thinking, is that the unconscious has the most. Excuse me. Can I order a medium long black, please? Yes, please. Large is fine then. No, large, please. So the conscious is nothing, really. If you want to get more into this, I'll just wait, hold on. I'll use graph because I probably already have it here. Hold on. No, that's not what I want. No, okay. Plane. This is why I use graph because it takes the previous information and then I don't have to explain use Freud's conscious, blah, 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 blah. Just explain conscious and that'll be enough. Yeah. So the conscious is very, very easy. And I'll go one by one using graph, which is my AI that I prefer. Awareness, temporary, rationality, language space. Okay, this is very important. And in future, hopefully I'll explain Immanuel Kant, which is amazing with the senses, with the empirical validity, which I found very interesting and it's helped me actually stay present. The conscious actually helps you stay present. I'm sitting at a cafe at the moment, it's probably why it's noisy. I'm sitting inside as well. Not ideal, but the coffee's nice, that's why I come here. And it's convenient. And then you're walking around outside. Anyway, consciousness, the senses that you have. So, a water bottle here. Yeah. This is a water bottle, glass, green, and it holds water. The water is moving. That's just an example of the conscious mind. Very easy. But people actually find it difficult to be conscious, even though it's the easiest part and is on top of the water, is the most shown. So you can only imagine if people struggle to have these four consciousness, imagine the unconsciousness. That's why people have so much problems because they can't even handle the easiest part. They can't even handle the consciousness, which is the easiest part. Now people can't stay present in my ideas. Why they can't stay present? Because they're thinking about the past. That's why they can't stay present, which is a huge issue. And I'll be working with everyone that wants to solve those issues. Feel free to comment and all the good stuff. I will work through how you can become conscious and obviously push more into the unconscious and subconscious as well. This is the most important, and it's giving an example here of being hungry. Okay, this is what we have to focus on. This is our future goal. Our goal to be able to handle the unconscious. Now let's go through this example. Triadic model, which is the pyramid or the iceberg. Consciousness, what you're aware of. I'm hungry. Pre-conscious information you're not thinking about. Needs to recall. Yeah, phone number. Okay, not really an amazing example because we didn't really follow through the whole three. Just follow through one by one. Uh, Well, this is in action, so this is better. So you feel irritated. Okay. With a moment's thought, you recall how someone cut me off. So this is memory. Okay. Now, if we don't understand what's going on with the memory, then this becomes repressed, as I mentioned earlier. It's one of Freud's, I can get the terminology here. Repressed. Sure, it's not right in front of me. Hold on. Hang on. I've gone past it. Yeah, defense mechanisms. It's one of Freud's defense mechanisms is repression. If we don't understand our memory and what's happened and we're not conscious, most problems are going to get pushed into repression. And this is what causes anger and high emotional impulsivity is through repression. So it's important to regulate emotion in that moment. So that's why consciousness is important. Going back to the what we're on now. Where am I up to here? Someone coming off early in traffic. Now, this is the most important part. Unconscious therapy might reveal a deeper hidden reason, like a childhood memory of feeling powerless and feels the anger unconscious unknown to them. Thank you so much. Unknown to the conscious mind. Okay. Childhood memory. So it goes deep, deep, deep. Your brain is a computer. Your brain is the most important computer because you have it with you all the time. This is the psychoanalysis, therapeutic goal. We're talking about therapy. This is his treatment. But this is a treatment because of so many things have happened. So many problems have happened and have not been addressed. That's why they get pushed into repression. So it's important to regulate emotion, as I've said all the time. As also, you don't go into therapy. Have to treat yourself every day, and the best time to treat yourself is before you go to sleep. Think about what's happening in the day. If something's really going wrong, then you'll need to write it down, or you need to talk to someone about it. Writing it down is more introverted and introspective. Talking to someone is more extroverted. So if you're more of an introvert and you have problems, write them down. If you're extroverted, then talk to someone as well. If you can do both, then magnificent. That is the goal. You got to talk to someone and write it down. You can't have any problems that way. No psychological problems if you talk to someone and write it down. Impossible. That is how you regulate emotion the best. If you're helping someone, use CBT. I quickly give some idea about what CBT. Once my computer works with me. CBT is the best therapy to use. Cognitive behavioral therapy. So I am getting used to this. Explain CBT. Behavioral therapy, orientated psychotherapy. Run by Beck. Okay, pause this and have a look. So I don't want to go into too much detail about this right now. In the future, I will. Blah, 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 blah. So overall, when you're using CBT to help someone, or even when you want to help yourself, ask yourself why. So you get down to the root problem, and that root problem will always appear right here. And that's all. And further. Right. So true. I got told this in my unit personality. Brilliant unit. Psyche. How you think, feel, behave. Oh, that's personality. Comparison from Freud. Transpersonal. The uniqueness of the person. And like a mental DNA. Archetypes. Ooh, yeah, symbols. I love AI. Origins and basis. Like observations. Anthro- Anthropology. Biology. History. How it works. Oh, yeah. It's important. Questions. Not so important. Experience. A little bit. Mm, evolutionary psychology, neurobiology, very, very important. Transmission, very important. What's that topic? Deeper mechanisms. Okay. Individuation, very important. Analysis, look at that. Kinship, mhm, mhm. Okay, go further. Individuation, which is why it's important to be introspective and introverted at times. Not all the time, otherwise you get isolated and it's difficult to get out of. Just sometimes. Individuation, stuff with Freud. Face to face rather than on a couch like Freud. Because with Freud, when they use that, you're meant to lie down on a couch, relax, and get into your dreams. This is more modern, face to face, counseling, and psychologist intervention. His dreams, feelings, and life events, just so it doesn't get repressed. Important, obvious goals. I think it's spirituality. Spirituality, uh, for example, comparison to Freud and CBT is pretty important. I'm in depth. CBT is the surface. Correct. 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 Yes. AI is siding with Jung, Jungian analysis, modern applications and criticism, interpretation, which is subjective. So it's subjective, but not as subjective as interpretation. That's pretty much psychology done. Good start, psychology. Now, into philosophy, which is, in my opinion, 100 times more intense than psychology. But I'll make it simple for everyone. Starting with the best, my favorite philosopher, if I can spell the man's name, Immanuel Kant. German, beautiful guy. Never met him before because he's passed away. But brilliant philosophy. Brilliant, brilliant philosophy. Mr. Kant, that's where 1804. Carry before Freud, before Jung. Metaphysics, very important in philosophy. That is philosophy in a nutshell. Actually, not in a nutshell, but um, diving deep into philosophy, that is the goal. Metaphysics like spirituality, things that you can't see. But ironically, Kant talks about empirical validity, the things that you can see. So gain some logic, and then you can push into spirituality, just so you don't get lost. By lost, I mean out of touch with society, out of touch with the physical world. Particular reason, I've read that. Brilliant book. You'll probably read these once I'm ready. But this is Kant's core philosophy. Mm, Transcendental idealism. Phenomena, the way of experiential, is just independently. Yeah, so start with here, and this is the goal. Empiricism, like in two tabs, because philosophy, like I said, very tricky. Revolutionizing philosophy, definitely. And idealism. So philosophy has these really specific words that carry a huge meaning, like idealism, metaphysics, empiricism. So we're going through each one by one. Playing done. Hmm. Okay, so miss, what is real or exists beyond the physical? So if you always thought that there was something more, you're 100% correct. There is something more. Aristotle, yeah, origin of philosophy as we know it. So beyond observable facts, beyond math, nothing against math. It's not all just math. Is there a soul separate from the body? These are the questions. Metaphysical work, nomia, what term, phenomena, archetypes. That word gets carried through all the, let's call them philosophies now, Jung, Freud, and Kant. That word gets carried through all of them. Universal entities. Wow, that's always been a biological drive. So archetypes are just for Jung, ontologies. Mm-mm-mm. In the senses, do not lose the senses. The senses is the consciousness. Do not lose the senses. No matter how far in the rabbit hole you go, senses will always bring you back. Nabula Rasa, from Loki's an OG, sensory input, empiricism, sensory input, and metaphysics, spirituality. If you've never touched space with any of these things, your brain should be shifting now. Rejected pure empiricism. I want to get away from these three. Hercules, yeah, Hercules. So we got a few names now. Hercules, Loki, and Hume. Mm-hmm. Idealism, mind of another. Eight, that's consciousness. Freud, yeah, your names now. A tree is real as someone sees it. This is perception and philosophy together. You can see a tree, you can smell the tree, you can smell the bark, the pressure of that, you can touch the tree. It's definitely real. Space and time and mental framework, not objective truths. This is where I'm at the moment, personally. Space and time takes a long time to get there. In context, idealism, phenomena, phenomena, down here, ready to go. Getting away from Jung, Freud, and CBT. Mm-hmm. But the mind organizer, it's why it's so important to have a good mind and to not have repression. Go through this yourself, you can. Yep, yep, yep. Understood? Yep. Explain. Over. The phenomena, the body experience it, senses. Greek verb. Mhm. The phenomena is sensory input and reality. Okay? Easy. Nomia, no, nomina, independent of our perceptions. It's probably more spirituality, I believe, unfiltered by human consciousness. This is the thought, exists outside of our experience. Oh, it's up in our mind.
Yep. Enjoy the concept. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. True existence, sound waves, things that you can't see. You can't see sound waves. Remains beyond you. The nomina, you know, spirituality. You know,